Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing something that I wanted to do since Dorothy has released, and that's basically a full DPS team. She is the first character, really the first burst one, and the only burst one that actually provides the damage to actually make this team possible. Obviously in burst 2, it was Guilty, and it is Guilty really. I know Nalister is there as well, but she's kind of a letdown. But Guilty is the other character that was filling up the burst 2 DPS role, and we didn't have one for burst 1, but now we do with Dorothy. So it hurts me to do this video though, because I do not own Scarlet, but we're gonna run this full DPS team. So we're running Dorothy, Guilty, Modernia, Laplace, and Drake. This is just all damage. Right, we're gonna see how high we can get with this type of team. We're only level 112 or 212, my bad, with 128,000 power, right? Which is not that bad, of course. But yeah, we're going to see how high we can hit with a team that's only damage, right? We're not gonna have no attack supports or anything like that on this type of team. So let me just change this to you and you. I already geared them up. I'm curious to see what type of team. Like, how much damage will a team like this do? Because you have Dorothy with the brand effect. You have Guilty duplicating Modernia's damage, since Modernia will have the highest attack. Or duplicating the attack, my bad there. You have Laplace, who's just going to be doing very good damage every time we use her burst. And just general damage in general, overall. And same as Drake. Drake is going to be doing general damage as well. I don't know if they all have cubes. That's one thing I didn't check, actually, now that I'm realizing. So hopefully they did all have cubes. But if not, we can test with the cubes. So right now, I think if I'm not looking, I want to say by the end of this, Modernia is going to have the highest, Guilty might have the third highest, Dorothy might have the second highest, Laplace might have the fourth highest, and Drake might have the last highest. Now the reason why the burst 1 and 2 being Dorothy and Guilty will have more damage than Laplace and Drake by the end of it is just simply because of how they work, right? Obviously, like I said, Guilty just becomes a main DPS because she's basically stealing or using the attack power of your highest attacker, and that's really why she shines as the main DPS of burst 2s. And then obviously Dorothy kind of has the same gimmick going on here, being this accumulated damage thing actually right here, where once you fill it up to the accumulated number, it blows up and does AoE damage to everyone just like that. So it's going to actually count as Dorothy's damage, even though the numbers are coming from everybody else on the team. So for example, right here is a prime example. We attack here, we're at full on the accumulated damage. We do our thing, 2.25 million. That's Dorothy's. It's gonna blow up and explode to everyone on the team. Now, obviously, I don't expect me to get the highest number with a team like this. Probably not. We could probably get much higher. Even though this is a full-blown DPS team, there's no way we would get the highest number here, over 100,000 or 100 million. But like I said, my predictions are Dorothy 1, or no, Modernia 1, Dorothy 2, Guilty 3, Laplace 4, and Drake 5. I guess we got higher than whoever was there last time. But let's see if my thing was right here. So Modernia did the highest. Wow. Okay, Laplace did end up doing the third highest. Okay, so Modernia ended up doing the highest. Dorothy ended up doing the second highest. Look at the difference from Modernia and like all these other characters, bro. Like, it's insane. Dorothy ended up doing the second highest. Laplace ended up doing the third highest. Guilty ended up doing the fourth highest. And then Drake ended up doing the fifth highest, right? So we can actually try this team again. But let me just make sure they all have cubes. That's one thing I do not know of. If they all have cubes. Okay, so these two don't got cubes. Okay, so. Alright, so I gave them the cubes. I gave, I believe I gave Drake the assault cube. And then I gave Laplace the onslaughter cube, I believe. But we're going to try it out. And we're actually going to control it this time, right? We're still going to be on auto, but we're going to control the attacks here, right? We're going to try to only aim for the bosses because Dorothy is actually losing damage by not attacking the boss. So let's build up our burst generation here. But if we aim at the boss, the brand will go on the boss, right? So I guess it didn't go on the boss here. I don't know why. It did not go on the boss there. I'm pretty sure like wherever she's attacking, it's supposed to go there basically, right? So I guess we're gonna notice that after this part, it's gonna only go for the boss. But if we only ever go for the boss, let's take a look. We're only gonna aim for the boss, right? Just because the boss is very tanky. So by being very tanky, now the accumulated damage is on the boss, and we could essentially get the most usage. Okay, that was on an enemy, not a boss. The enemy was in front of the boss. Okay. Still attacking, still going. I don't even know what the max timer is for these types of events. My Modernia does have a total like 600 mag just because of her overload gear, right? And now we're on the limited state. So now we're getting our value from obviously these characters. Like Modernia want to hit, you want to like have a majority of the people hit for more numbers there, of course. More people in the group, right? Because the damage is kind of being split there. Yep. So there we go. Okay, and then boom. It's actually less because I'm controlling it, maybe. Yeah, it's actually less than last time too. So that was less, way less. And let's see now. 27 from Modernia, more from Dorothy, and still Laplace is still doing the second highest. Okay, so it's not all that bad. Let me try though. Let me try without Drake, and let's put in okay, we're gonna put it like Privity, right? Yeah, let's put in Privity. Let's see how much more, because again, Privity is a attacker still. She's technically still a DPS, but she really acts as a DPS. But the thing, or she acts as a supporter, but she's an attacker. But the thing is, she actually does increase attack and also our mag and our reload speed. So that could be very, very good for us. Actually, she doesn't increase our mag. She lowers our mag, and that could be a lot better for Dorothy. Because we want the last bullet to hit with Dorothy, so we can either reduce our cooldown or do more damage to enemy parts. But we're not going to because there's no enemy parts up here. So there's that. But we're gonna leave it on full auto, and we're gonna see how much if this does more than with Drake, because Drake was honestly not doing numbers I thought Drake was gonna be doing, which is unfortunate. If the come back in there, nice. We're at full stacks there, and then it just explodes. Yeah, it's like with Dorothy, you're just getting free extra damage, literally. I want to say that's literally what Dorothy's whole job is, just to add extra damage, right? But it does work, obviously, the full DPS team. Now, this is not a stage where it's like you have actual enemies, like, doing damage to you, right? This is really just to test damage and stuff like that. So it's not all that crazy, essentially, because I'm sure I could have a team that get me way over 100 million damage or something like that. But just to see how it works out and plays out, it's not looking that bad, right? We're at 50 million already and 30 seconds left on the clock. It's not all that bad. And then again, her brand effect is very, very nice. If we could just, you know, okay, it's stacking up, but they're not okay, now they are. And I think by the last second we did get it fully stacked up by the last second. Yeah, so we might do more numbers here with Privity than with Drake, just because of how the things work actually. So yeah, we're definitely doing more than yeah, definitely 80 million most likely. Yeah. So 80 million with Privity, who's a supporter, more of a supporter, right? Did she do more than Drake though? She did. 39 million, 14 million, 9 million. Okay, so now it's Modernia, Dorothy, Guilty, then Laplace, and then Privity. And again, because Privity is increasing our attack by a big number every time we're in a full burst. So that's one thing you need to remember about Privity. She's such a good unit. Such a good unit. I'm so glad she's actually a character they give out for free after like the course of 2 weeks or something when you start the game. Very, very good character, right? Reducing the mag was going to be good for... So it doesn't really affect Modernia because she goes unlimited anyways on her burst skill. But it definitely does help somebody like Dorothy. For the simple fact that the last bullet is always hitting. And that's lowering the cooldown. In just a general sense, it's going to be very good. But overall, not bad, right? We got higher with Privity, who is more of a support, than with Drake, who is like, I want to say, raw DPS, right? Now, maybe if we didn't have the hit, I think Assault Cube, that's the hit rate one, right? If we had more hit rate on Drake, it probably would have been a lot better. But yeah, it's not all that bad. I do think you could run a full DPS team now. Hey, it might help you achieve a lot of the content in the game. Let me know if you guys ever tried out a full DPS team. Obviously, my ideal full DPS team would probably be this, but instead of Laplace, it would be Scarlet. But I don't own Scarlet, unfortunately. Y'all know my luck with that character. I've been summoning for how much months now, and I still couldn't have pulled her. But yeah, it's definitely going to be your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I really like this full DPS team, and maybe I'll try it out in actual, like, special interception and stuff like that. But for now, make sure you guys subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.